Hello and welcome back to Driversroom Festival of Speed Season 1 Round 3. We are here in Japan at the lovely Suzuka circuit. Let's go through the grid order of today's exciting race. In first we have Mr. Flapjack. He has put his car on pole for today and will start from first place. Then lining up alongside him is Der Garrett. In third place we have MS Too Fast For You. In fourth we have Lionessy. And in fifth we have Captain O'Reilly. Then in sixth we have RJ Cool. In seventh we have The Robber's Dog. And in eighth we have Sir Bottle Job. In ninth we have Mr. Sean. And in 10th we have Mickey. Then in 11th we have DJ Rice. In 12th we have Vlaev. In 13th we have Panthro. In 14th we have Awesome Alex. And last but not least we have John William Megan in 15th place. That is the grid order of today's race. Let's see what this race will bring us. It is lights out and away we go for round 3. It looks to be a good start from the front row with Flappy holding the lead as they go into turn 1. No big issues there, as it seems everybody can get through cleanly, although Rice and Mickey has gone onto the gravel and have now dropped to the last positions. Through the first sector, the S's, you need to get that line very much right, otherwise you will be compromised through the entire run. And it looks to be Flappy who is still in the lead and seems to know his way around that first sector very well. And then Lionessy up in third place. Now coming into the hairpin for the first time. All looking good. Don't put on too much traction at the exit, because otherwise you will spin. Now into the spoon, as we see that the Robber's Dog has gone wide onto the AstroTurf and is now down in 9th position, so losing a couple of places there. Then John William Megan, Mickey and DJ Rice are all the way at the back. Then through 130R it's a bit of a lift, even a bit of braking, just to be sure that you can get through there cleanly. If there's one place on the circuit you don't want to crash, it is definitely that corner. As we see that O'Reilly and RJ Cool both have gotten themselves a penalty. Now Awesome Alex a bit down the order in P10, not really where we expect him to see. As in the background it is Panthro going way too hot into turn 1 and 2 and is now in 12th position. So definitely that first corner catching some people out. as we see that Flappy is pulling away slightly from their Garrett and Lioness behind. And I think MS Tuvas also made a mistake somewhere, seeing that he is now in 9th position. I believe he was in 4th last lap. So a bit of mistake on his side. I don't know. Sorry for that. So now Mr. Sean in 7th place, moving himself up by others' mistakes. Still, he's gaining positions. You can't say that for everybody here. As we see that Bottle Job had a bit of a scruffy exit, and now on the back straight, will Bottle Job lose a position? Even a downshift through 130R. But he can keep the lead, as we see that MS Tuvas was looking up the inside of the Robber's Dog, didn't make it stick, and keeps himself in 9th place. Then Flyve down in 10th with Awesome Alex behind him. So Flyve overtaking Awesome Alex, as it seems. And then the last guys are at the back due to their mistakes. Unfortunate for them. Then we see that Linus, he has gotten himself a very big penalty actually. Very interesting to see that from Linus. He probably cut some corner somewhere. Then RJ Cool is now in 4th place with O'Reilly in 5th. So RJ Kelly at some point. Then Mr. Sean is now inside Sir Bottle Job, both having a penalty, and who's gonna get out on front? Mr. Sean does have the inside line for the hairpin, but he unghosted, and it's all a bit of a kerfuffle. Sir Bottle Job comes out in front, then Mr. Sean slots in behind, then the Robber's Dog and MS Tuvas closes that train in 9th place. And there we see Awesome Alex. Awesome Alex is off the road and is spinning around. Let's quickly see what happened there. So, at the exit of the hairpin, he got on to the grass, tried to correct it. He's trying everything in his power, but he can't let it. He can't keep it on the road. That is very unfortunate for him. And I believe, yes, Awesome Alex has quit the race. So that's really unfortunate to see. Although I think that would have been a DNF either way, because the damage on his car might be too much. As we see there, Sir Bottle Job weaving around on the main straight, defending his 6th position. Still, the order hasn't changed that much. Now Panthro is catching up to John Willie Megan. Maybe Panthro can get a move on John Willie Megan very soon, and then there's a big gap of clear area in front, and then Panthro can set his sights after DJ Rice through the hairpin for the 4th time. Flappy having a decent lead over the Garrett and Lionessy. Then we have RJ Cool with O'Reilly in 4th and 5th. Then Sir Bottle Job, Mr. Sean, the Robber's Dog and MS Tuvas in 6, 7, 8 and 9. Flive is in 10th with Mickey in 11th. Then TJ Rice is in 12th with John Willie Megan in 13th behind him, and Penro in 14th in just behind John Willie Megan. Only DNF so far is from Awesome Alex. End of lap 4. Now coming up to lap 5. Still from the top 3, top 5 maybe even. It has been not the most eventful race so far. Through the S's they come again. As Flappy still holds the fastest lap on the first lap. That's very interesting to see. But he is very consistent, all in the 2-minute zeros. De Garrett also doing very decent. Linesi a bit slower. And then you can see that everybody else is just a bit slower. Look at the right hand side of your screen there, you can see the lap times. And you can see that, for instance, with Sir Bolo Job, his last lap was a 2-minute 1.2. His personal best, that's why it's in blue. And for Flappy, you can see the first lap is a purple lap, so that is the quickest lap of them all. Is it gonna be an improvement of the fastest lap? He was 9/1000ths up, coming up to the chicane. If he gets a good run through it, which I think he has, will he be able to set a new fastest lap? No, he loses half a second in that last sector. Wow. I'm quite surprised. Maybe it's because 130R, the sector split is just before 130R, and you can lose quite a lot, it seems, when you're braking too much. So that's very interesting to see. Now RJ Cool pulling away from O'Reilly, and Sir Bolo Job and Mr. Sean also a bit spread out. Now we see Flive and Mickey in 8th and 9th, and the Robbers Dog is in 10th place with MS2 Fast in 12th. What happened to MS2 Fast? He probably went off, that's for sure, seeing that his last lap time was a 2-minute 12.9 from the Robbers Dog at 2-minute 9.5. So definitely making a costly mistake somewhere in the last lap, which has dropped them quite far down the order. Sir Bolo Job and Mr. Sean now have a bit of a relief now that the Robbers Dog and MS2 Fast aren't so closely behind them. Although Sir Bolo Job still needs to defend from Mr. Sean. Flappy still putting in those 2-minute zeros. But it doesn't seem that anyone can match Flappy's pace yet. I think next lap we might see some people coming in, or the lap after that one. As the tire wear is not too harsh around here. I was expecting to see more, especially on those front tires. But no, for the most part it's pretty decent. Now MS Stufas moving himself up in 11th place. As we see that DJ Rice has quit the race as well, so again another DNF. Probably seeing that there was no light at the end of the tunnel for DJ Rice. So now on board with RJ Cool, coming into the hairpin. Fuel is running low, so I think everybody will put on a new set of fresh rubber and fill their fuel tanks to the limit. In the background you can see RJ Cool now coming up to 130R. Nessie staying in 6th gear. I'm not sure if that's the correct gear to be in. Probably a bit of fuel saving, as we see that Flappy is in for the first pit stop of them all, going for the undercut, and RJ Cool follows him in from 4th. Will be interesting to see where he will come out, if he comes out in traffic. I think he might have a guy or two closely to him, as Mickey is also in, the rubber stock is also in with a 1.5 second penalty. And he comes out nearly top his fuel tank, and he just comes out in front of MS Stufas. So MS Stufas now pit stop behind. Ooh, that's not something you want to see. And this outlap will be crucial if he can extend his lead from De Garrett and Lionessy. De Garrett and Lionessy now both under 10% of fuel, as Linus goes a bit wide at the hairpin. Not a good in lap for him, it seems. The last lap was a 2-minute 2.7, much slower than we are used to see. Now coming through Spoon. Now Sir Job is also in the podium positions, with Mr. Sean in 4th and O'Reilly very close in 5th. So O'Reilly, I'm not actually sure. I think he was in front of Sir Job, but now he's behind them. I got no clue how that could happen. Maybe a mistake from O'Reilly going off the track. As we see that Lioness and De Garrett coming into the pits with only 2 and 3% left of their fuel. So Job follows them, Mr. John follows in, and O'Reilly stays out. Ooh, O'Reilly going for the overcut. I don't think that's gonna work, to be honest. Now Lioness and De Garrett are refueling. And Flappy comes now onto the main straight and has passed them easily. De Garrett is now also out of the pits, with Lionessy then behind. So De Garrett actually not refueling to the max. Interesting to see. So a bit of calculations coming up there. Oh, but O'Reilly, ooh, I'm not sure if he can manage another lap. I don't think he will make it actually. It's so close. it will be so very close. In the background, no way to see. Flappy is quite a while back. Oh, don't shift down if you're low on fuel. Short shifted, you need all the fuel you get, yeah. We need to fuel save a lot because this thing is just mental when it comes to fuel saving. 4 seconds slower than his personal best, so he's definitely fuel saving, that's for sure. As we see that Flappy puts in a massive outlap. Ooh, and O'Reilly made it! What a achievement from him. And Flappy, what will this be? A 1:59.888. Good to see them coming into the sub 2 minutes region. And RJ Cool not having the best of outlaps. But now for De Garrett and Lionessy, it's the case of now pushing. And hope that Flappy might make a mistake at some point. Let's see. Second sector, 3 seconds. 3 seconds down, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Still, Sir Job and Mr. Sean are relatively close to each other. Mr. Sean can't seem to find a way past Sir Job. With O'Reilly now a bit further back than he was. Fly still in 8th with Mickey in 9th. Both have similar pace, so although Fly set a 2-minute 0.1 last lap, that's a very quick lap. I think it's one of the quickest, second quickest maybe. I think we lost another driver, but I'm not actually sure who that is. So, ooh, as Flaif has a bit of a moment into turn 1. Ooh, De Garrett also making a mistake in his outlap. And Linus called him by 3.5 seconds. This can be very close, whether or not Linus will be able to overtake De Garrett for that second place. RJ is just fine in 4th. With Mr. Sean now ahead of Sir Job. So Sir Job making a mistake, and which has proved him very costly. He has lost a ton of time to Mr. Sean, and O'Reilly is now also very closely to him with fresher tires. Lionesi going 4/10 green on his personal best. Can he go into the sub 2 minutes? He needs a good ending for that, and he does. He sets a purple lap, the fastest lap overall this race, a 1 minute 59.7. So very good lap from Lionesi. 1 second quicker than De Garrett. Oh, if Lionesi keeps up this pace, he might be able to get past. Who knows? Flappy meanwhile is just edging away. Even set a purple lap last lap, but that could soon beaten by Lionesi. So they're all on the pace. So only 6 minutes remaining, 3 more running laps. I think De Garrett did his calculations right, because I think he has gotten himself enough fuel to make it to the end of the race, and Lionesi with more fuel, needing to put more fuel in his car, had a slower pit stop, and that gap is the gap you see right now. If Lionesi put in as much fuel as Gary did, then he might have been able to overtake him. A bit squirmy into the hairpin at the end of the lap. Clive and Mickey must almost fall asleep at this rate. Nothing important happened for them in the entirety of the race. As John William Megan has also quit the race. So we are now down to 11 runners, with Pensro in last of them all. Then MS2 fast after that mistake. He has just been a bit off the pace, it seems, or not off the pace, but not able to catch up to Mickey and Unflive in front. Garrett, last lap personal best for him, pulling 4/10 away from Lionesi. Whilst Flappy did a sub 2 minute lap again last time round, so a very good lap for him. Although I don't think this will be a sub 2 minute lap again. No, it's a slow lap for him, 2 minutes 0.4. Same lap De Garrett did last time round, and this time round he does a 2 minute 1.2, whilst Lionesi does a 2 minute 1.1. So I don't think Lionesi will be able to catch up to De Garrett. Ooh, now Sir Bolachop is under pressure from O'Reilly behind. O'Reilly looking for a gap. Didn't quite go for it. It is the second to last lap. And if O'Reilly wants to take that 6th position, he needs to get on with it very quickly. Mr. Sean and RJQ are just on their own now. Lionessy somewhat close to their Garrett. Not close enough though. Ooh, as there goes O'Reilly at the hairpin. Goes up the inside of Sir Bollerjob. Sir Bollerjob did not defend it, and O'Reilly got past him. Now O'Reilly needs to keep that place, because maybe Sir Bollerjob will fight back. And I think Sir Bollerjob will fight back. Not that he has a lot of choice. Into 130R. Not gonna go for it this time. You must be very brave if you want to overtake around 130R. And Sir Bollerjob has gone deep into the chicane. That will cost him some time. Then in front again, Flappy, last lap of the race, fuel saving now as it seems. Garrett might also need to fuel save. That was interesting. Lionessy went from under 10% to above 10%. That's quite interesting. But it will be Flappy who will take the flag. It's just a case of who will get 6th place, and it seems to be O'Reilly. Ooh, and RJ Cool is now slowing down massively. He needs to fuel save. Mr. Sean got enough fuel, and Mr. Sean ran into the back of RJ Cool. That's not something you want to see, especially not when you are fighting for that position. It's gonna be very close between the pair of them. What's not very close is the lead that Flappy has, coming into the chicane for the 15th and final time. He wins round 3 of DRFS. A stellar drive for him, and he takes the checkered flag first. Then their Garrett is just narrowly gonna make it, and he takes 2nd place. Good job to him. Then Lionessy takes 3rd. Mr. John comes home in a very good 4th place, because he just overtook RJ Cool on the final lap. Then we have Captain O'Reilly in 6th with Sir Bollerjob in 7th. Also a good drive for them. Maybe for Sir Bollerjob, feeling not too great about it. Mickey comes home in 8th, overtaking Vlaev in the dying laps of this race. Vlaev comes home in 9th. And is too fast, a bit of a shame for him. Comes home in 10th place, Pensrow in 11th. That was round 9 of DRFS. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. Leave a like, subscribe, and be on the lookout for more racing content. Until next week, goodbye.